Hey everyone, welcome to Pfaff YouTube. Today we are shining the spotlight on one of our women of Pfaff who lives and breathes the automotive industry. It's Shannon Douglas here from HJ Pfaff Audi in Newmarket, which is our original dealership. Very cool, Shannon, to work here at HJ Pfaff. We are going to talk about your favorite car and what really inspired you to get into the automotive industry in the first place. And I said, for this interview, you needed to bring your favorite car. You, without any hesitation, said it's the Audi e-tron GT.
Absolutely.
Without question. Why did you pick this car and why do you love it so much?
It's a giveaway. This is probably one of the most exciting cars that we've ever had here. I have been at this location specifically for almost 6 years, so I've been exposed to watching some of the biggest launches happen, and I can't remember a time that I've been this excited to see a car hit the ground. We did a small tour of the vehicle visiting the showroom, and that let alone was exciting, but getting behind the wheel of this beast is just something completely different. So I'm excited to share that with you today. As many people know, our clients, my team here, I am an absolute lover of the Audi TT, so I have to give it a shout out because I'm a driver of a TT and it's just something very different about that car. And when it comes to cars that are here available and just like our newest inventory, it certainly is the Audi e-tron GT that is my absolute favorite right now. So I'm excited to show you all about it.
I can't wait. Without further ado, let's get in the car and go for a spin.
Awesome.
Is the car on?
Car's on.
The car's on.
The car's on. It's very hard to believe, but the car's on.
It doesn't feel like it's on.
Actually,
I can't hear anything.
I really don't even know, so.
I guess if you put the car into drive, we will find out if it's on.
Okay, the car's in drive and we're taking off.
Here we go. Just two
All
girls
right.
out for a little drive in an extremely nice all-electric vehicle from Audi.
It's Friday, so really it's girls' weekend and we're out. I hope the store can handle it.
You know what? I think they're good. I think they're good without us.
It'll be okay.
Okay, I can't wait for you to take your first turn, and obviously we have to be
I'll
careful
behave.
because
I'll behave.
yes. I mean, when you're in an electric vehicle, anybody who knows that instant power, it's almost hard to hold back.
I know.
You feel like a kid because
Have
it's
you driven this one yet?
Yes. Woo!
It's different, eh?
So different.
It's unlike, like personally, I have never experienced something of this caliber before.
Okay.
This is like faster than an Audi R8, which is the most highest performing sports vehicle that we offer. So as you can imagine, a lot of fun to drive.
Oh yeah.
And incredibly impressive when it comes to performance. This is one of the fastest production Audis ever made.
Right.
I've always had an interest in like how these things are going to help our environment in the future. And even years ago, I was the Audi Sport rep, and I kept telling myself, like, when this e-tron initiative takes off, when electric starts taking over, like, that's what I want to focus on. I think it's incredible, and I think it's our future, and we're finally starting to see a lot of these on the road, and we have so much interest in the product, we can't necessarily keep up or fulfill the demand that we've got right now. So it's really incredible to see people starting to make the shift, and the world is getting ready for this, really. So definitely always had an interest, but the first time I ever drove one, I'll never forget it. Like, it's just something that you don't soon forget. It is a different experience. I've been lucky enough to take some of these cars for longer distance trips to see, like, hey, does this really work for my lifestyle? How would this be for our clients? And really kind of put it to the test, and I've been nothing but impressed. I have to say, like, behind the wheel of this, it's so easy to drive. This car is $190,000, so there's sometimes like a bit of a
here in Canada, right?
Here in Canada, yes, a bit of an intimidation factor associated, some may say, but it is so easy to drive.
Yeah,
it's still, like, some will say, you know, I miss the sound of the R8, or I miss the sound or like the aggressive nature of like a really awesome exhaust, but when you're driving an e-tron GT, you immediately forget about all of that. Like, it's like a vessel of luxury, this car. Like, you close the doors and you're just kind of in your own world. And again, like, it's amazing to see how easy it is to drive. I really wasn't expecting it. But it can also perform. So I'm going to take this on the highway.
Okay.
So this car has like a whole bunch of different drive modes. It's an electric
What are we
car,
in now?
So we're in auto. So this is typical performance. Like, for anybody who be driving it as like a daily driver, just regular day-to-day driving.
We are on the highway. Yeah.
It's wider than an RS7, which for car people, you would know that the most recent generation of the RS7 is actually a wide body. So it's like the widest thing that we've built. But again, not difficult to maneuver, very easy to drive, and just the way that it tracks the road, the way that it hugs the road, it's incredible. And because of like the weight of an electric vehicle, you know, the batteries, of course, pretty heavy duty. It just is a different driving experience. Not that it floats, like it still very much so hugs the ground. Some electric vehicles, people say it feels like it's floating. That too is kind of an interesting experience, but this is different. And it almost cannot even be explained properly. It just has to be experienced. They do have regenerative braking, which does help with the range and extending it as much as possible. Oh, he wants to race us.
Not today, buddy. Not today. Let's talk about you getting into the automotive industry. Here at Pfaff, we have such a big focus on really building up our team of women, which I think is great. Yeah. And I'm interested to know if you felt like you were, you know, you had to really be your own advocate and push through in a male-dominated industry. What was that experience like?
Yeah, so it was actually even more than 6 years ago I got my foot in the door with Pfaff. It was actually 2012, the summer of 2012. Wow. Yeah. I started in a sales assistant role at Pfaff Audi Vaughan, and I was in school at the Automotive Business School of Canada. I kind of made the connection with that school because I loved cars, but I didn't quite know what I wanted to do with my life at that point, and I had a knack for business, a passion for automotive, and this school just made perfect sense, but I did not have any experience in the industry. So I was very lucky that Pfaff gave me the opportunity back then when I was just a ripe 17 years old. I was like washing cars, detailing cars. I was doing dealer trades. Nice. I was doing all of the things that the sales department needed assistance with. I quickly sort of grew and started assisting on Saturdays and doing like test drives and overflow traffic with customers. So I learned a lot in those roles. Eventually it transitioned to like an administration role at that location, and then sales at this location. So HJ Pfaff Audi in Newmarket. So yeah, I mean, I was lucky to have a very supportive management team and people who gave me a chance. It was pretty intimidating making the decision to jump into sales. You gotta have thick skin. You have to be pretty determined, self-motivated, but it can be very rewarding if you apply yourself. So that's certainly what I did, and it is what you make it. I really enjoyed connecting with customers, connecting with the team, and really applying and putting my all into it, and it worked out for me really well. And it's incredibly rewarding if you put yourself into it, and that's certainly what I did and still do day in, day out.
To day, and you have to in this business, right? It is such a fast-paced, evolving business. And I love that when you got started, well, you still do today, I have to say, but you would roll up your sleeves and you'd get out there and, you know, do any job that needed to be done, because that's the environment of working at a car dealership.
Exactly.
You have to have that mindset.
Yeah, and that may never change. Like, we can't put ourselves above tasks. And honestly, like, having that experience has been super valuable to me being successful in a sales role, and also just understanding what the team, what it's like to have that position, and like just having a respect for that for the team as well. So,
well, I have a little Shannon story here that comes to mind. And I believe it was last winter, and it was a snowstormy day, and you were outside shoveling. And
that's me. Yeah,
that was you.
That would be me.
And I think, and I think that speaks to your work ethic, and
it's a team effort. Honestly,
it's so great. Like I think that leads to your success, because you are so willing to do anything. Because at the bottom line, it helps the dealership, it helps the customers, everybody, right?
Exactly.
Benefits.
It's for the greater good, right?
Well, and I think any woman who is starting in the automotive industry. Okay, wait. I'll ask the question after this. Go. Let's go. Oh, it's so much fun.
Isn't that a wild feeling? We've just accelerated onto the highway, and it's something like you've never experienced before.
I could do this all day.
I know. But lunch next? Yes, exactly.
Advice for women who are starting in the automotive industry. Do you have any advice, or is there a difference between someone who is able to be successful and maybe not?
Yeah, I've seen it go both ways.
Right.
I've been, again, on the sales floor, both in a sales role and the management role that I've recently taken on. I've seen it go both ways,
Yeah.
and all I can say is you get out of it what you put into it. Again, male or female, you get out of it what you put into it.
Totally.
We try to come to work with the same attitude every day, like it's going to be a great day. Obviously, we're here to sell cars. Look, a Pfaff truck.
Oh my gosh.
They must be delivering something
That
cool
is meant
us.
to be.
That is crazy.
Yeah, the Pfaff delivery truck just passed
Very
us.
cool.
How funny is that?
I can't wait to see what is inside of that.
I know. Don't you feel proud every time I see the Pfaff logo?
Honestly,
there is a
yes.
sense of pride that I feel. I'm
Like,
sure you're
I'm
the
part
same
of that
way.
team.
Yeah, it's like, oh.
Like, I'm part of that team. That is so cool. And, like, that's part of it, too, right? Like, being connected to your work and, like, being proud of where we are and what we do. It's our reputation. So, again, like, I've seen it go both ways, but you get out of it what you put into it. You miss every shot you don't take. So, yeah, it's kind of, you create your own success. You create your own success, and it couldn't be more true in a sales role. You have to be self-motivated. You have to be driven to succeed. Nobody's going to sell the car for you. Nobody's going to deliver that customer experience for you. So, yeah, male or female, same advice.
Very good advice, I think, for anybody looking to start out in anything and in any facet of life as well. I've noticed that you at the dealership have such a great relationship with the clients and customers. You know, oftentimes I see someone come in and, hi Shannon, they know you by your first name. Is that important to you? Does that relationship building process, because once you form a relationship with a customer, it doesn't just end there once they drive off the lot with their new car, right?
Yeah, it's about the relationship that we maintain over their ownership experience.
Yeah.
And honestly, I feel like so many of our clients are like friends and family to me now. And it's just part of what makes me love working here so much. Like, it's fun to come into work. I see these people from our community that I've come to know and love, and it just is one facet about not only making it an elevated customer experience for our clients and our customers, but it's also makes it even more enjoyable for me. So I really enjoy making those connections, not only with our community and our customers, but also our team too. It's our happy people make happy customers. So we focus on that first, and the rest sort of comes together.